The 1920s, just before the crash, I was working hard and living fast. We lived in Central City and our future looked bright on Coaltown. Saturday night, Kentucky coal was booming, yes sirree. I owned a 1920 Model T. We drove down to the square dance and the miners got half tied on Coaltown. Saturday night, bow and swing your partner to the left, bow and swing your partner to the right. Listen to that fiddle and hold your lady tight. It's a Coaltown Saturday night. It was fun to go and listen to the band. Kennedy Jones was a fiddling man, but when he played the guitar, it was a pure delight on Coaltown Saturday night. Jonesy was the first to use his thumb and play the melody while he strummed. He moved up and down the fingerboard, it really was a sight on Coaltown Saturday night. Bow and swing your partner to the left, bow and swing your partner to the right. Listen to that guitar and hold your lady tight. It's a Coaltown Saturday night. Bow and swing your partner to the left, bow and swing your partner to the right. Old Jonesy's picking, let's hold our ladies tight. It's a Coaltown Saturday night. Listen to the music and hold your lady tight. It's a Coaltown Saturday night. Mr. Editor, if you choose, please send me a copy of the labor news. I've got a son in the infantry, and he'd be mighty glad to see that somebody somewhere now and then thinks about the lives of the mining men in Perry County. I'm 26 years a miner's wife. There's nothing any harder than a miner's life. There's no better man than a mining man. You couldn't find better in all this land. But digging up coal is a rotten deal. We live on beans and gravy meal in Perry County. In Perry County and hereabouts, the miners simply had to walk out. There was long, hard hours and substandard pay, and then they took our contract away. 14 months is a mighty long time to face the goons on the picket line in Perry County. We live in shacks where the rain pours in, while the operators live high as sin. Drive Cadillac cars and drink like a fool, while our kids lack clothes to go to school. Sheriff Combs, he's got it fine. He runs the law and he owns the mine in Perry County. Maybe truth will win out someday, and then we'll have jobs with decent pay. And at night my man won't be coming in with his wet clothes frozen to his skin. We dig the coal so the world can run and operators can have their fun in Perry County. I used to drive a bread truck down through eastern Kentucky, leave Kingsport bright and early, be home by supper time. I was careful when I traveled down through eastern Kentucky, by nightfall to be back across the Tennessee line. For the roads can sure get narrow down in eastern Kentucky. The hills are tall and rugged, and the miners are too. They can always spot a stranger down in eastern Kentucky, and I'd just as soon be miles away whenever they do. Well, I met a miner's lady down in eastern Kentucky. She ran a roadside market where I stopped on my run. I used to hold and kiss her there in eastern Kentucky. We'd joke about her husband, but it was all in fun. One windy April morning I had just stopped at the market, and when I had filled up the bread rack, I turned around. There I saw the barrel of a 44 just inches from my body, and the cold eyes of her husband who had just come from the mine. He just stood there without speaking, and his gaze never wavered. I thought my life was over, so I said a silent prayer. After what seemed like eternity, he finally lowered his pistol. Then he walked out to his truck, and I got out of there. Well, I used to drive a bread truck down through eastern Kentucky, but since that April morning, I'd drive another line. And I don't expect to go again to eastern Kentucky. I plan to stay on my side of the Tennessee line. No, I don't expect to go again to eastern Kentucky. I plan to stay on my side of the Tennessee line. man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bones. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons of number 9 coal, and the straw boss said, well, bless my soul, you load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble are my middle name. I was raised in a canebrake by an old mama lion. Can't no a high-toned woman make me walk the line. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and a deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't and a lot of men died. One fist of iron, the other of steel. Now if the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. Lane was just a miner in a little mountain town, and he daily faced the danger of his labors underground. But on Sunday at the meeting, all the miners' families came just to hear the gospel message preached by Preacher Lane. Oh, he didn't preach for money, earthly gain was not his lot. Leading sinners to the altar was the only pay he got. But when they count the blessings that he brought his fellow man, Preacher Lane will have a mansion in the glory land. Many times an injured miner, filled with fright and racked with pain, in the midst of all his suffering he would call for Preacher Lane, who would humbly kneel beside him, and the Lord would hear his prayer, for great peace would fall upon the injured miner there. Oh, he didn't preach for money, earthly gain was not his lot. Leading sinners to the altar was the only pay he got. But when they count the blessings that he brought his fellow man, Preacher Lane will have a mansion in the glory land. About the Savior, he who walked upon the sea. Yes, the Son of God who died upon the cross of Calvary. From a man who was a miner and a preacher on the side, a man who surely went to heaven on the day he died. For he didn't preach for money, earthly gain was not his lot. Leading sinners to the altar was the only pay he got. But when they count the blessings that he brought his fellow man, Preacher Lane will have a mansion in the glory land. Preacher Lane will have a mansion in the glory land. I took a trip to western Kentucky, where they say the first thumb pickers made their home. And it sure felt good to be where it all started, where this thumb picking guitar style was born. Merle Travis was the one we all heard play it, but he learned it from somebody else, I'm told. So I came down here to Muhlenberg County, where this thumb-picking guitar style was born. You gotta let your heavy thumb start beating rhythm, while your fingers pick the melody of the song. All around Drakesboro town, most folks will tell you that's where this thumb-picking guitar style was born. Well, I heard that a guitar picker named Mose Rager showed a young Merle Travis how he played some songs. Mose Rager and Ike Everly both played thumb style. They learned it from a guy named Kennedy Jones. All three were making music in the coal camps and towns around Merle's old Kentucky home. He learned from them, and now the rest is history. That's how this thumb-picking guitar style was born. You gotta let your heavy thumb start beating rhythm, while your fingers pick the melody of the song. All around Drakesboro town, most folks will tell you that's where this thumb-picking guitar style was born. That's where this thumb-picking guitar style was born. so young and so fine. Seek not your fortune in a dark, dreary mind. It'll form as a habit and seep in your soul till the stream of your blood is as black as the coal. It's dark as a dungeon, damp as the dew, where danger is double, pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. Now there's many a man I've seen in my day who lived just to labor his whole life away, like a fiend with his dope and a drunkard his wine. A man will have lust for the lure of the mind. It's dark as a dungeon, damp as the dew, where danger is double, pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. Oh, I hope when I'm gone and the ages shall roll, my body will blacken and turn to coal, and I'll look from the door of my heavenly home and pity the miner digging my bones. It's dark as a dungeon, damp as the dew, where danger is double, pleasures are few, where the rain never falls and the sun never shines. It's dark as a dungeon way down in the mine. I wake up in the morning before daylight, throw down a cup of coffee and grab a little bite. Pick up my miner's bucket, slip on my hard-toed shoes, walk out the door singing the Monterey blues, Monterey mine. Oh, it's deep and it's cold, makes a good man tired and a young man. I work and slave in this dark, cold mine, scratching out a living, a shovelful at a time. Ain't nothing different, ain't ever nothing new. I get through the day singing the Monterey blues, Monterey mine. I said it's deep and it's cold. I'll be 2 miles underground, digging that old black gold. Doctor trying to cure my ills. I told him, Doc, I'm sick and tired of taking all these pills. He shook his head and then he said, there's nothing I can do. There's not any cure for the Monterey blues, Monterey mind. See how it's taking its toll, and you won't feel any better, boy, till you stay out of that hole. Came home one Friday evening, my woman, she was gone. The note she left me said, I've been a miner's wife too long. Didn't want to go, but I don't know what else to do. You're driving me crazy with your Monterey blues, Monterey mind. They closed it down, the coal is gone. Now it's just me and this guitar singing this blue mining song. Yeah, it's just me and this old guitar singing this Monterey blues song. Hear a sleepy little holler in the deep Kentucky hills. There used to be a little country town, and the people there, they were the finest folks that ever lived, till they started digging in the ground, till they started digging in the ground. In the 70s, near the end of the Vietnam War, the coal trucks came a-rumbling through the town, making overnight millionaires out of people who were poor. And they turned the hills and the hollers upside down, 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 when they started digging in the ground. People used to help their neighbors, they were proud to be a friend. But now a helping hand could not be found. Ain't it funny how a dollar builds a wall around a man? Now they're slaves to the riches they have found, since they started digging in the ground. There were shady rows of maple trees and green mountainsides before they changed the mountains all around. Now the land is scarred and battered, and the shade trees have died. I'm ashamed to even call it my hometown, town, since they started digging in the ground. If I had the power to change it, I would make it like it was before a single coal was ever found. For the people loved each other and they still believed in God. But it's too late now to turn it back around, round, round. Since they started digging in the ground. When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. There's a backwoods old town that's often remembered, so many times that my memories are worn. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River, where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coffin just called it away. Sometimes I wait to wonder on down the Green River to an abandoned old prison down by Acre Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles was all we would kill. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train just bolted away. Company came with the world's largest shovel. They tortured the timber and stripped all the land. They dug for their coal till the land was forsaken. They wrote it all down as the progress of man. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train just hauled it away. And Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay? I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's